When you're first setting up your website, one of the things you'll be tasked with doing is trying to determine what are going to be the main pages of your website. And this is something a lot of people struggle with. If you think back about your own experience, I'm sure you visited a website before and landed on the site and went to look for a piece of information and had no clue how to find it because the site's navigation was really poorly designed. Website navigation is critical for a well-performing website. Yet a lot of people make really big mistakes when they're setting theirs up. So I want to share a few of those mistakes with you so that you can prevent this from happening on your own website. So the first mistake that people will make is having way too many pages to start with. Especially in service-based industries where you're a financial advisor, you're providing advice, you do not need 20 pages in your main navigation. You don't even need 10. Research shows that our brains, for short-term memory, 7 is the magic number. 7 is the most that we can remember in our short-term memory. So anything more than 7, what starts to happen is we're reading the pages on the website, and then we start to feel overwhelmed if there's more than 7. So even just having 8 can make somebody feel overwhelmed and not know what page to click on. So what you want to do is try to get your site to between 5 and 7 main choices in your navigation. For instance, if you go to 20 over 10's website, you will see we have 5 main pages in the navigation and then the rest of the pages down in our footer. What this also challenges you to do is to think really, really specifically and be laser focused about what are the most important pages of your site and funnel people to them, right? So instead of giving your visitors the choice of all of these different pages to click on, you're making those choices for them. That's how you build a good funnel and get people to navigate through the website the way you want them to. So I challenge you to get it down to 5 to 7 pages. The second mistake I see people do all the time is they have these drop-down menus with so many choices. So they might narrow down their main navigation to 5 pages, but then when you hover over one of those choices, you'll see, tons of choices in the drop-down menu. Why is this a problem? There's really 2 reasons. So the first is, depending on how your site has been programmed, having a drop-down menu can actually not be great for your SEO. The page titles for every single page are a huge indicator for search engines of what your page is about. So you really want to capitalize on that SEO juice, if you will. But when you have a drop-down menu, if it's not programmed correctly, you could be missing out on that. So getting rid of the drop-down menu can be good for SEO, but additionally, it can be really good for your user experience. If you think about what I just described, right? Somebody's looking at all the pages, they're thinking about, okay, what page am I going to click on? And then they go to click on it, and now they're presented with 7 more choices that they have to choose from. It can just feel, again, overwhelming. And this is all happening very subconsciously, but a better way to set it up is to give them those 5 main choices, and then once they click into the page, have an overview about that section, and then if you have more choices for them, have them outlined below that where they can click in further, right? So again, you're dictating the flow through which they're navigating your website. Those are just a couple quick tips for you about website navigation, but they really can make all of the difference in how users interact with your website and how further into the website they get when it comes to checking out your services, getting to know your business, and staying on your website longer and getting the information you want them to have. So go back to your website, evaluate your own website navigation, and if you have any questions, certainly drop them in the comments below.